Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, August 1, 2022. Today's new moon motivates you to take charge of your health, self-care initiatives, and work. A project or goal may consume much of your attention, or you could be handling matters that help you get more organized and feel more in control of your life. This lunation brings take charge, forward-looking energy to your work, services, health, and habits, setting the stage for new beginnings or a fresh approach in any of these areas. The desire to take better care of yourself or to do your personal best comes on strong. Organizing and improving your daily routines can be satisfying. New priorities and tasks to manage can figure strongly. Today, there can be nervous energy with Mercury and Uranus forming a square aspect. If you can tune into its rather random, eccentric theme and enjoy its surprise elements, you'll be in good shape. Avoid overthinking things for best results, as you don't need to let mental tension drag you down. More challenges crop up today. As mental Mercury talks trash to electric Uranus, everyone will be on edge. In fact, you may feel consumed with anxiety, panic attacks, or nervous tension, especially if you thought you had your mind set on something but others aren't on the same page. If your crush or significant other is especially agitated, decide to talk out your ideas and thoughts at a later time rather than pushing an issue that could escalate into a full-scale conflict. No one will be thinking clearly at this time, so take a deep breath. Enjoy every second of every day as the new moon in Leo opens up an exciting new chapter in your work life. You could use the lunation to begin a new job or seek out a new position. It might even refer to starting a more productive routine to make the most of your workdays. As this unfolds, you may need to reduce your spending as Jupiter stations retrograde in Aries. Focus on sticking to your budget to feel financially secure during Jupiter retrograde. This could be a day for some unusual news. Maybe there are changes that are happening in your career life. You could be hoping to get a new job or a better salary. You could receive word about this happening today. Or you could find out an interesting personal piece of gossip. You might have a friend or a romantic partner who suddenly reveals a new side of their personality. Relations and friends are having a hard time with you and vice versa. Put an end to this mutual feeling of frustration, be honest with yourself and consider compromising on some points. Talking to people to clear things up is also a big help. Regard today's negative atmosphere as an opportunity to resolve conflicts permanently. Try to chill and let the situation go on its own for a while, even if you're driving yourself crazy over your roommate's unpaid share of the bills or obsessing over the difference between your income and where you want to be. Whatever you try to achieve is criticized and unlikely to be accepted in a very favorable way, especially if you feel undue pressure to perform any kind of activity. It is far better to delay important activities or decisions until you feel positive about the outcome. Use your sense of humor to relieve any tension. You might find it challenging to connect with people in positive ways today. There is a fair amount of nervous, moody energy floating about, and you don't want to be the victim of target practice from a grumpy personality. Your efforts to create peace might go unappreciated, and your attempts at humor might fall flat. Don't take on the obligation of psychologist. Try to focus on your own responsibilities and let things calm down. The vibrations of the day are going to tend to destabilize you. You are going to have to go with the flow even if the going is a little rough. However, you should think about your behavior with your family and friends. Try not to beat them over the head with your certitude. Take time to listen and weigh the pros and cons of a situation and stop acting on impulse. There may be a slowdown in your professional life. With the moon still in your relationship sector after yesterday's new moon and Jupiter in his first full day in retrograde motion in your communication sector, this is a match made in heaven. This is something that a friendly aspect between the Sun and Jupiter tomorrow will build on from, but from the start, this sends a clear message that as new doors open on the relationship front, it with a chance to give the past and unsaid words a voice from the start. Even a bit of pressure between your personal and relationship needs can be an advantage. While Mars is now just 3 weeks away from his game-changing return to your romantic sector and there is already a sense of anticipation in the air, today is all about the communication and relationship gods. The moon is not only still in your relationship sector after yesterday's new moon but aligns with Mercury, the planet of communication here, while reaching out to planets on the communication front. Our eyes in the sky. Your thoughts are fast, and you express them confidently while witty Mercury continues its partnership with bold, self-assured Leo today. There's a glint in your eye as you dramatically retell a story of something that happened to you that might or might not be totally true, and you love the way your audience hangs on your every word even if they know some of the details are sus. A Mercury-Saturn opposition spoils some of the fun, however, as it sternly warns you to stay away from the drama that you love. This strict aspect is full of warnings about the potential negative consequences of your actions, and it encourages you to think very carefully about what you're about to say before you say it. This is in direct contrast to the slightly mischievous quality of the fun-loving Mercury-Leo partnership, but it isn't bad advice. Tonight, the moon sextiles Venus, making you want to connect with your most intimate companion. Popularity and charm come naturally to you, and it's mainly just a question of being yourself and sharing your feelings openly with others. This is an ideal time to focus on relaxation and sharing with friends and family, particularly with the moon waning at this time. There is also a chance that a new relationship could start. In the late morning, the moon enters Virgo, ending its void of course which began last night. Over the next 2 days, our emotional equilibrium hinges on our ability to make sense of the landscape around us. We might be more consumed with organizing, problem-solving, or decluttering. We tend to intellectualize our feelings, which can be positive or negative depending on the circumstance. Finding methods to be of service to the greater community can provide a sense of stability. The cosmic weather is then quiet until after nightfall, when Mercury in Leo opposes Saturn in Aquarius, limiting our ability to express ourselves. It seems that our voice is not being heard. Our opinions may be maligned by the collective, or our personal opinions drowned out by the crowd. This could be a projection on our part, but one that diminishes our confidence and causes us to feel fundamentally misunderstood. Negative thinking is a symptom of this aspect, so we should avoid having serious conversations or signing contracts today. We are better off attending to detailed work or research projects. The alternative interpretation of this aspect is that we may receive bad news or are left waiting for intel that was expected to arrive. This influence engenders intimacy, helping us to feel safe expressing our unorthodox opinions, unpopular beliefs, or rebellious inclinations with those who stimulate us intellectually and romantically. Venus in Gemini enjoys variety and diversity, and the people we connect with now won't be scared away by our weirdness, those qualities we tend to hold back or hide from public view due to our fear of censure. Subsequently, we feel gratified that we can be our truest selves. This is an ideal transit for parties or social gatherings, meetings of the mind that result in meetings of the heart.